more round, even 12-3 does not feel winnable. I mean, it is your CT side, and you are getting decimated here on in front of it. It will take a miracle for them to fight back in towards this one. Rare Adam, full control, but Turtle trying to dictate his own paces again. He'll tuck deep towards logs.
Jam Young lurking around in window room. As the smoke is going to turn arch side. Radam are so good at baiting out with the utility because it's not just about the position you throw the utility, it's the timing of it, and they're so strong at that. Turtle peeking around here, could have a fight on his hands. Mercury clearing his angles, looks down to avoid the flash, and then immediately flicks up to find not one but two! Jota and Turtle, his victims, and the B site free for the taking. It's the last round. MIBR have to try something, but it feels like Rare Adam already got it in their back pocket.
Yeah, you talk about that coordination. I think a lot of it comes from the experience of this roster. Well, they haven't had a lot of time internationally, especially recently. The core has been together since 2018. Even their most recent addition was all the way back in 2021. These guys have a lot of time together. A lot of time as a team is showing through here. MIBR 3 versus 5 to try and fight for this retake. A few wounded players from Rare Adam, but look at Jam Young. He is always lurking. He's always in spawn, and in this one, he is making the full sprint through the CT side of the map. Cello in close and clear this angle. He does. Takes down on towards one, a second out of Cello as well, and now a wounded man in towards the back lines. Brennison for one. Kaze needs something with this AWP. He'll whiff out, so Jam Young alone on the lurk, but the molly could be massive. No smoke to work with for MIBR. The timer is ticking. The molly is burning, and Brennison is alone. At this point, just no time to make it happen. A one tap to close. Rare Adam make a statement. 13-2 half as we head to the break. Welcome back to ESL Challenger Valencia, where Rare Atom have made their stand. 13-2 half on their map choice of Inferno, and they are looking to send MIBR in towards a second down a map as the pistol round is forthcoming. And Rare Atom again are pushing, but this time Mercury not able to continue his run as he'll be shut down immediately. Advent as well to fall, and Kaze fares the same fate. So MIBR off to a good start here and made better again by Brennan's. Only Mosiah remains.
Oh, I mean, they absolutely needed that kind of start, right? Being down 13-2, and they will rotate back to the A site. Mosiah, the last one standing, 1v5. You never really want to count Rare Atom out, but you have to wonder if Mosiah's got it in him to fight his way back into this round. Trying to tap away, and he gets one. Looking for the second now. He was good in the first pistol round, but no. Jota denies him, and that will be it. A third finally picked up for MIBR.
How does Rare Atom want to make the force here? They got nothing really done in towards that previous round, so there's a case to be made. Just a full save in towards this one, get the M4s in towards the third. They already have such a big lead.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you have the 10-round lead. You don't need to force, but you know what? They're going to do it anyway. Why not? They're going to go for it and invest almost fully. Kaze saves 1,000 because he wants to get the AWP up in a couple of rounds.
Sure.
Outside of that, everyone is going to fully invest, get the utility and the deagles and pistols out, up, and running on the defensive end.
Turtle with a MAC-10 hungry for some ecos, and this one is Mercury. Will inch close in towards a half wall. Molly to create him some space off of it, but Molly from the other side to burn at his feet and force him away. See how much damage can be done. Flash forward, nothing doing. Brennan's peaks before the flash is able to bloom, and Mercury dies as a result.
Yeah, Turtle does get dinked down to 19, but I mean, pretty much no harm, no foul here for MIBR. You see a quick trade of pistols there, I believe, happening on Rare Atom.
It was just the utility getting tossed. I think that smoke came from Mosiah over to Advent there. And he might just need it. Still pressure over towards Banana. Could slow that hit, allow for a rotate back on over. Will be Rare Atom stacking over towards this A-bomb site. And quite literally stacking on top of each other's heads. Over towards long.
It's crazy they have this read, right? But realizing that MIBR are going to go towards the A site. And 3 players here are our side. Could do some damage against the MIBR squad. There's one, a second. 3v3, some guns on the ground. Jiangmeng immediately grabs the AK, peeks around the corner. The round is being threatened here by Rare Atom. Jota tries to get things back under control. Mosiah finds the headshot onto Brennan's head, and Jota does take down Jamyoung, but look at the damage Jamyoung did. It didn't matter. Jota had his head amongst him, gets the 3K, and a 4th round secured, but man, oh man, that was so very close.
One more bullet out of that MAC-10. That's all it would have taken, or even just a switch to the Deagle, and that could have been the round taken, but not to be. MIBR hold strong in that one and now give themselves a little bit of a cushion.
Nothing easy for MIBR in this one, that's for sure, but Rare Atom are indeed going to be on the save this time. It's going to be a 5-7 bought up, but outside of that, default pistols, Advent running the P2K, everyone else on the USB. Brenna's in, exit, along with Turtle, are headed towards Banana. The lurk this time is Jota. But Rare Atom are gambling, obviously, with only these pistols. They are holding all 5 players in towards bracket at A.
And MIBR should soon find that the B bomb site has been left vacant. A bit of a gift for them to be able to close out on this round, as Rare Atom will just look to find as much damage as possible with the USP stack. Fortunately, it doesn't look like MIBR will be tempting anyone over towards the bracket.
And this will be a bomb plant easily for MIBR. Rare Atom nothing to lose by trying to chase here, so they're going to send all 5 players down towards mid and alt mid to splinter off into that alt mid push, and the other 3 are going to hold for exits. I like the idea. Try and grab a gun, get a frag here. Jota could be a victim, or he will deal the blow, and in fact he does take down Mosiah, but going down to 35 says, this doesn't seem too good. I'm going to fall back and let exit take care of business, and that's exactly what happens.
Jamyoung continues the damage from where it started, but doesn't look like anything more will come of it as Mercury just tucks in towards a close corner here with the USP. Had been trying to bait in, but MIBR all swinging together. One will fall. Good enough with the USPs.
Yeah, they finally finished off Jota, who just kept surviving again and again, and then does end up going down. But good job by MIBR not going too aggressively down Banana to try and get that chase, and they deny anything from Rare Atom in that round. But Rare Atom were just on a full-on eco, so they're not too fussed about it. They will jump into the full buyout, their first one of the half, with the op out for Kaze, and everyone else onto M4s with Jamyoung, the lone A4 holdout. Kaze will be heading for that mid-peak immediately. He wants to try and find that opening op frag, and he's in position now.
Connects the tag, no kill, but Mosaic actually finds a molly kill on towards Turtle off of that. Continuing the push up towards Banana here, though. MIBR have made space at the top of things, but are Adam the right rotation? 3 players holding out towards B, and that op just still trained towards the angle deep at the brackets. If needed, Jamyoung can be. 4th rotation on over towards this B site. Util does come in. Mosaic does have another molly to buy some more time and slow down this push for MIBR with players wounded. This A1S could be big if spam through the smoke is attempted. For now, Advent just tucks in towards the new box. Tap on the bomb and a swing forward. Mosaic able to take down to another smoke to continue that gap. Molly forward as well. The bomb is trapped out in no man's land, and someone has to brave that space. Cello on the push forward. Molly landed in towards the back lines. Exit will actually claim one off of that piece of utility, but still just a 2v4.
I'm not sure what the plan there was. Maybe trying to stick the bomb in the smoke, but realizing it was fading. I don't know, because then they fall off. Perhaps it was a potential fake attempt, so they could rotate off the B side to go to A. Either way, it completely falls apart and doesn't work out. Exit will get one, maybe a second. No, he doesn't have it in him for the 1v4, and that will be that. 14-5 in favor of Rare Adams. They lose the pistol and the following one, but after, in round number 3, they get right back to their winning ways.
Yeah, I mean, I thought with that one was just to tap on towards the bomb, get sprays off of that for a little bit of information as to where those site defenders are holding, but they didn't really have anyone in a position to capitalize. I would expect that to be paired with like a flash over through the smoke if you want to fight that space off of the tap, but it didn't happen. Instead, it was just a tap. Bomb gets sprayed down, and you just lose the round off of that. So maybe a bit of miscommunication out of MIBR, and at this late stage in the game, that really cannot be happening. Rare Atom only 2 away.
Yeah, and I mean, they're calling a timeout to talk that one over because it did not go as drawn up on the board. So Rare Atom going to try and settle in here on their CT side, and they don't have to settle in for very long because only 2 more rounds, as you mentioned, are required here. Very true little fact coming out here. This is only the 2nd time that MIBR is facing off against Rare Atom, the first time being yesterday in only that BO1. So they are a bit of an unknown quantity, and I would have to say that Rare Atom are using that to their advantage in every way here on Inferno.
Run boost across for Kaze, no shot connecting for him. But yeah, I totally agree. I think that for Rare Atom here, it was just the surprise factor. We've seen quite a few of these teams from, kind of that have been very much region locked come over, have this opportunity. I think back to the first or the previous ESL Challenger event where it was 9Z having a very similar run, and look at where they are now. We were talking about it during the break. Those guys off doing big things in much bigger tournaments than here at Challenger, but for Rare Atom, they still have ways to go before finding that same start, and a win on this map would put them in the right direction. Mosaic holding towards one. He's expecting aggression out from the archers, and it will soon come. Cello inching forward, spotted his turtle, but Cello again was there for the trade. Mercury on the wraparound, though, for one of his own. Tries to aggress in for more, cannot get it, as Jota in the right position to deny. So evening these odds into a 3 versus 3, but Kaze was there the whole time. Patience with the op.
Such good patience there from Kaze, waiting for his opportunity to strike, but Brennazen evens out the numbers now, and MIBR fighting tooth and nail to stay into this round. Kaze goes for the peek, and he misses the chance and the shot. Brennazen finds him, and again, Rare Atom in a 1v2. Advent, I think the first time he's been the last alive in a 1vx situation, as he's going to be looking, or at least in this tournament. He won't get anything, unfortunately. Exit finds him, and Rare Atom are finally showing a bit of vulnerability.
Yeah, it's been a rough game thus far for Advent. Des was talking about the duo that he has had thus far in this event with Mosea, trying to find those pushes together. He's very much been the brain, maybe not so much the brawn in this one, but it hasn't seemed to matter too much as Radam still finding some great calls and obviously a great lead, 14-6 here. Money is a bit worse for Ware, but they've been able to build some sort of investment. One full rifle with that A1S from us, a couple SMGs, scout for Kaze.
Turtle pushing his way up banana, and MIBR looking to gain this space quickly. Not much utility on the rear Adam side, so they're saving it until the very last moment where they can get some visibility, and Mosea won't get that frag. I like the position, but Turtle read it well. Now that Molotov comes out from admin to delay the push from MIBR, and for him, hope for some rotations to arrive in that direction. But Rare Adam are trying not to overplay this too much because they're expecting a rotation. And who better to expect than them, right? The way they play this map.
I mean, such a tough angle to be holding on top of that boost. Your head is basically covered by the little lamppost, but that means you have to kind of aim under where you normally would with your opponent. Very awkward shot to hit for honestly both sides in that engagement. So, well done to open things up by Turtle. Now for MIBR, they will take this space towards brackets, but like you said, they've been posturing this whole time, leaving a player deep in towards banana, holding for the re-aggression there, and actually going to double the bomb back, but this may be the wrong call. 4 players for Rare Adam, the full stack, they're taking the gamble, and it looks like it might just be on the right horse.
Oh man, MIBR, just have to send one player. You have the 5v4 advantage. Send one on a bit of a scouting mission to the A site. Poke around, see what's going on. Instead, they're walking into a stack. Kaze gets the opening shot with the scout to the head of Turtle. He is creating a bunch of headaches for them and a distraction for the other two come from CT, but he might do all the damage anyway. Gets himself a second. Mercury and Jamyoung swing around to find another. And it's Brenna's in the last one standing, trying to clutch this one out. Kaze and Jamyoung surviving, but time is going to expire. They got this round. They don't have to fight it at all. And they do anyway. Jamyoung gets it.
They even could have clocked him if they wanted. They kill him just 2 seconds before, so it's something extra. But what a disastrous round. Early man advantage. MIBR was looking so good. They left a player deep in towards banana, but got stuck in towards those ways. Did not push someone to clear the space they didn't know. And well disciplined by Rare Adam to wait until the players were close enough to activate that trap card.
I mean, look, and this is my criticism of a lot of teams. Like, if you're gonna make the rotation, just go. Don't wait. They had Rare Adam on the line, right? The Rare Adam had stacked up towards the B site. The A site was free and clear. But MIBR don't even use the space that they're given, and they immediately go back to the B site without even really faking A. You just have to at least give some sort of commitment to the A site to draw something off of B.
You never know what space is free unless you actually go and pressure and ask, is this something that we can take? And they would have had the opportunity there if they did re-clear. However, not to be. And in this one again, nice start for Rare Adam. Cello in the smoke was trying to get something done with his deagle, but denied. 5 versus 4 already. The weaponry not stellar for MIBR and the push forward. MIBR have Rare Adam have a player close. And towards the log is the position that MIBR were favoring playing. And in this one, it will just go 1 for 1. Advent trying to fall away. Doesn't have too much utility, just that flashbang, so we'll concede space fully. This might allow a bomb plant over towards B.
Good Molotov thrown by Advent here to burn more time off the clock. He's got the flashbang as well. It's going to be thrown as soon as the molly dissipates, and it's not in time to stop him from surviving against Turtle. And then Turtle also gets Kaze. What a play with the MAC-10. I mean, MIBR's lives are on the line here on Inferno, and they are managing to pull off what will be the winning play from Turtle as Rare Adam save the last 2 guns.
Yeah, good start for Rare Adam in that round, but goes against him, maybe getting a little bit too zealous with that play down towards Banana, and then not enough utility to buy time. Well, they had to buy into this round. The util wasn't stellar, so that delay factor not quite there, and a good work out of Turtle with that MAC-10.
Love hearing the crowd get into it here. As MIBR going to get a 7th round, so they keep hope alive on Inferno, and we'll see if Rare Adam force up around these 2 guns. I'd be surprised, honestly, if they choose to do so. Not that their force ups have gone badly. It's just that you have a big lead. You don't have to rush things. Take your time, right? And they've also can be very effective on the pistols.
Yeah, they have been, and that is going to be what they like to do in this round. Deagle invested for Kaze. A little bit of utility around everyone else, but nothing crazy to speak of. Again, in this round, I'm very much looking towards Jamyoung and what effect he could find with that Soul Rifle.
Revenge for the rare Atom here in map number 1 as they topple MIBR and take Inferno in pretty dominant fashion as well. The Brazilians thrown for a bit of a loop here. And it's the Asian team on top. A chance at the playoffs. Just one more map to do. This is wild.
What her Atom has against Brazilian happiness? I don't understand why. Why they keep doing this?
This is actually an interesting question. We stand with the potential. We came into this tournament with 4 Brazilian teams. Yeah. It's possible none of them make it through, right? We've already said goodbye to 2. This could be MIBR on the ropes. Then it's just the hopes of a nation with 00NATION if that
you want to make some enemies here, Mike?
I mean, I just really want to give Raul a bit of a run for his money here. He's been repping the Brazilian teams this entire tournament. We gotta press him on his fandom.
For sure. But what we saw here is I don't know how to explain, because we saw a great T side from her Atom, but we didn't saw any changes on CT side from MIBR.
Right.
They insisted to stay on some defaults that wasn't working. They insist to take some fights that wasn't working, like the Jota on back's position.
Yeah.
They stay there, and they always get punished by staying there, by trying to keep this advanced fighting to control the car position in banana region. So I didn't understand why they keep doing this.
I think that you actually nailed it right there. I think that weirdly, this MIBR that we just saw in this map, I'm starting to, I think, see what is the detriment of taking out Woody from this lineup. I think that not having that voice there to be another guy that's going to just kind of zoom out on the whole picture of the map and say, hey, we're actually losing this fight at Banana every single time in this 3-2 starting setup, and so we should change it up. That's not happening. They should have sent 3 people B earlier on. Rare Adam was finding way too much mileage going towards B, and we even saw that kind of in the kill feed or the kill breakdown at halftime, where it was, you kind of, if you just looked at the scores at halftime, you would have said, why are some of these players on MIBR positive? Why do they not have that many deaths? And it's because MIBR saved so much at A, because that B defense was so flimsy for MIBR. And Rare Adam, I mean, to their credit, they did really a great job at B execs and getting onto that banana control, but it's just that really, MIBR never did anything different, and that's exactly what you said, Ro.
And also, Rare Atom did great execs. The utility usage was on point to execs on B, more on B side than A, but still great execs that MIBR didn't had the time to rotate, that had the time to punish this. So I didn't understand why they keeping the default if the default wasn't working.
Yeah, this is a little bit. I mean, the score lines now are getting a little bit more lopsided, but I think at some points in this game, I think Exit was. I mean, some of these players on MIBR ended up coming back into the game because of just that little mini comeback at the end of things.
The fear of annihilation, right? At the tail end of a map where you're like, oh, we do have to win these next.
Should we talk about Advent having 5 kills in this one?
I mean, hey, he's the puppet master, man. If you're just going to sit back and pull the strings, right? He's calling the shots. He's sitting on it.
He's an IGL.
He's not getting his hands dirty. He's washing his hands clean. He's letting the young guns go to work.
Exactly. I think that right now, you don't really have to worry about what he's doing if they have a T side that phenomenal. I think we started with the B hits, but I also think that the way that they were approaching A was also pretty it was pretty structured too, and it did keep MIBR honest enough. Like, the reason they didn't want to change too much is because they did lose A a couple of times too, so they probably think that, well, if our A setup is sort of weak, but our B setup is really weak, they just had to pick their poison in one direction.
But this A setup didn't make the able to this fast rotation, because they stay with BRNs and stuck on A side. He did a great job. He did a great job on this map, but he stuck on A side, so he couldn't rotate at exactly the time.
Right.
And Cello and Jota didn't able to defense and call to the rotation. Normally they got killed fast, and that was the main problem to MIBR.
Well, let's look ahead here, right? We've talked about Inferno. It definitely didn't go the way for MIBR. In the previous matchup, MIBR were slightly slow starters. They were really slow starters here. But we're headed back to Overpass. That's the rematch map, right?
Yeah.
That's where they faced off against Rare Adam before, and Rare Adam pushed them in a big way. So my question to you two is, after the display we saw in Inferno, how on earth do we feel about Overpass?
I'm incredibly concerned for MIBR, because I think we did talk about earlier in the whole pregame for this segment the fact that we identified Kaze was stuck on B, and that's why the CT side was weak for Rare Adam. If he's able to just be a little bit more active with the confidence that I'm sure he's going to be bringing in for the map 1 victory, then this becomes really worrisome for MIBR, because they were kind of facing a one-dimensional defense themselves yesterday.
Yeah, and for MIBR, I think it's time to reset. We already lost. It was not the map pick, and they know how to play against Atom at this map. So it's trying to do what worked before, like the B executions, like Jota punishing the rotation, and try to do this, because we know that start in T side on Overpass can be a little difficult.
Well, it's time to see if MIBR might have a resurgence here, or if Atomic Power will be enough to put them on over the edge and into the playoffs. It's going to be Overpass when we come back from this break.
Got me feeling some way. till the day breaks. Feeling like I never wanna leave. Keep moving till the sunrise. You're taking my mind out to sea. Fall in love at low tide. I'm thinking we should never leave. So let's keep going till the night is almost gone. 'Cause I feel like singing Let's keep going till the night is almost gone. 'Cause I feel like singing
Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about the truth? I wanna know, I wanna know. Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about the truth? I wanna know, I wanna know. Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about the truth? I wanna know, I wanna know. Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about the truth? I wanna know, I wanna know. Can we talk about me and you?
For myself as a viewer, I'm excited to see what this team can pull out. But MIBR, they can come back into these games. They've been here before, and if you're a fan of this squad, you're hoping that Overpass is their map. As we hop into the pistol round here, will be Rare Adam starting things out on the CT side.
One thing for MIBR over the last 3 months is when they play Overpass, typically very close results. Even in their wins, they've only held their opponents below 10 rounds one time, and that was 9 rounds picked up by Koana in ESL Pro League Season 16 Conference. Let's see if they can come up with a convincing win here, which would help immensely. And Mercury is going to get tapped down to 15, and now 0. Good quick push by MIBR towards the A site.
Yeah, good work out of them. Yota still holding and towards the connector. Kaze on the back site. Does have support. 3 players strong up top here at A. And I was like curious if someone's going to be pushing up towards long. It is just a lone player. If you can kill the man long, push deep, and punish Turtle, that could be massive to give a little bit of that pressure relieved from where Adam. Kaze attempting to do so. The swing forward, but Turtle on the shutdown. Nice dink with the P250 to continue this man lead in favor of the Brazilian squad, as now finally utility will start to rain on and this execute will be forthcoming. Tough situation for Jam Young. He's left alone on the site and shut on down. Flawless pistol round from MIBR.
Yeah, second T-side pistol round victory in a row here for MIBR, going back to Inferno. So a convincing one, which will certainly help given how things went on the previous map. And they want to have the hot hand here on their T-side. Overall, an overpass over the last 3 months, I should say. 10 games played here for MIBR, 6 wins and 4 losses, but a -1 round differential because of the aforementioned very close games they've played. And of course, Furia a couple months ago in the PGL Major Antwerp RMR, they lost 4-16 here. So we'll see if this one yields a better result. But if you look over on the Rare Adam side, as mentioned, they've played it 3 times over the last 3 months and 2 wins and that 1 loss. We saw it yesterday. Mercury is going to be peering around here. It's a full-on save this time for Rare Adam. They don't want to invest at all into this round, and they want to save up for the following one. But they still get the opening frag here. Kaze with the P2K onto Brenazen, and now Turtle has to find one. He can't! Mosea drops him. This is a full-on save here for Rare Adam. They finally get punished. Advent and Jam Young go down, but there are guns on the ground. This is very viable for Rare Adam, and they have information into connector. Mercury's going to spam the smoke, and they have managed to grab an AK off the ground.
Chillo will get that bomb planted down at the lower site, but up top, danger still looms as Exit holds over towards the connector. How do the CTs want to route this one? They're pushing back deep, at least one to re-clear towards spawn, the other 2 going in deep, and I think the decision has been made just to save on towards this AK. I thought initially they'd want to go for more damage. You only invested a little bit in. I don't think it's necessarily a bad call, as you will get that rifles, those rifles into the next regardless, but not a bad call just to keep this weapon up. They'll keep the pistols around as bodyguards for the moment.
Yeah, I mean, given the damage done, there was a brief moment where they could strike and maybe punish MIBR, but they decided, look, the AK is too valuable. They didn't invest anything out of it, and they gained $2,700. So Exit will find Kaze, and Mercury is trying to maybe peek. No, he's just going to save, well, nothing. He only had the USP, but it's okay. They're happy with the result, and now they'll jump into their full-on buy-up with a boost to their economy, which means probably much more utility available to them here, and Kaze is going to jump on to the op.
Looks to be just the glass cannon, though. Kaze taking a bit of a risk in this one, but that AWP, so powerful on this map. The desk was talking about how stoic he was in being consistent in the position that he's holding, so often just taking that fight in towards Monster. Now he's up top. Fighting space towards Fountain, an opportunity for the shot, but no connection.
I'm surprised Kaze goes for the glass cannon instead of an A1S and investing in utility, right? It's a risk, but we'll see if it pays off for them. Only 3 pieces left of that util as a result of their decision-making here. And, well, there goes the last smoke. Only the couple of flashbangs available to them, and they are heavily leaning onto this B site. And this was a site that MIBR abused yesterday, as the desk was mentioning, so we'll see if that happens again.
I like the read. Crossfire towards sponsor. They're going for aggression, walking forward. Even the smoke. Brenazen has a flash in hand. It'll actually bonk on towards one player. He'll spray away for the first. Trying to find the second as well, and Brenazen good to lock things down.
Yeah, quick 5v3 after that. And Turtle's already made his way onto the A site. In fact, he's in the back lines. Mercury has no idea, and Turtle just saw that utility get thrown. I don't think he's too concerned about fighting there. He's trying to get to this B site and catch off the last 2 players outside of that third that he already knows the positioning of. And he's just going to look at Kaze, try to spam down with the MAC-10. Easy frag, up on the ground there, which will likely be picked up by MIBR after this round is over, assuming they should win it. I shouldn't say anything too soon because Mosea is alive here, and he gets a 2K. Brenazen and Cello Cello go down, and now Mercury finds Turtle. I told you, you can't count them out.
No, you can't. 16 seconds left, and MIBR still need to get that bomb to Earth. The smoke in towards Heaven will divide these two teams as MIBR are eventually able to get things down. Only a few seconds left in the round as that is committed, and now the retake forthcoming. No utility for either of these camps, but Yota, good for the initial frag. Exit swings on the support in MIBR. Look, it's scary. Do close on their third.
It's a 2v5 that turns into a 2v2. I mean, scary is an understatement. MIBR saw their lives flashing before their eyes in that round, but did manage to settle in, find the bomb plant, and secure it, but it was far from cheap as they have to reinvest amongst 3 players. Brennison had that 2K to open things up, which gave them that 2-man advantage, but afterwards, Rare Atom were able to strike back in such a big way. The thing is, well, they lost all of their manpower. That said, Mosaic has the op in his hands, so they decide to go for the hero op, given the amount of money that Mosaic had due to the AK save from a couple of rounds ago, and they're hoping it'll yield some results. Everyone else onto a save, though, or a light buy, I should say, with 3 Deagles and the 5-7.
Hero op pulling out towards long. And Turtle just on the other side of this one opportunity, but shot missing. And now imagine if you're MIBR, you realize where that op is and probably just make the decision to commit down towards B. That's already where they were leaning. Mercury in close, a bit of a heavier setup still as you see the op trying upon a new line outside of the bathrooms, but MIBR thorough in this one. They clear space in towards the connector, have control towards water. Walking in towards B, there is still a danger associated with that as it is 3 players stacked on up, but probably the better call at this point. Getting that op down, though, not a bad one either.
Yeah, it makes them be a lot more cautious here around that off, but Mosaic still manages to punish against Cello. I was going to say the element of surprise with the op was now lost after that first shot, but it doesn't matter. They still get 1 and a second. Mercury on the Deagle finds Jota, and it's a 5v3 in favor of Rare Atom with this disadvantage again in terms of hardware, but Mosaic is making it work. He finds Turtle trying to sneak in from long, and they've got the numbers here, do Rare Atom. Mosaic flicks for a third, finally goes down, but the damage is done. Brennison's going to have to do work, and he does manage to get a couple. He needs the ace to win this round, and he will not go down to Kaze, but Mercury does ensure that the ace doesn't come through and that the round is secured.
That is such a failure of a round from MIBR. They had their moment just to single off those Deagles to work against, and after finding the information early as to where the op was, they retest it multiple times. So much value found out of that one weapon, and then the Deagles in close for support. Find the rest. Rare Atom back into things early, but tactical timeout will be called. Both teams taking a moment to breathe off of that one.
Wow, yeah, after losing that round, you really do have to.
That kill as well. I mean, Turtle was going slow in it. His shadow showing. Mosaic knows exactly what's going on.
Yeah, really good spot by Mosaic there. Not usually with the big green, but he makes it look good. Oh, interesting little tidbit here. The highest temperature ever recorded in Valencia was 43.4 degrees Celsius in 1986, 1 year after I was born.
I'm far too American to understand what that means. I have absolutely no context. Big number, big temperature?
I'm actually too Canadian to be able to tell you.
Can you explain that in csgo terms? What is 43 degrees Celsius?
I can try to explain it to you in Fahrenheit terms, so maybe we'll get back to that. This Turtle is going to get the headshot onto Mercury. I think it's 100, over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, something along those lines. Yeah.
Sounds hot.
Yeah, it's hot. It's very hot.
Hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah.
All you need to know in this one. And, well, for Rare Atom, they're a bit lacking in the information department as they've lost their connector player quite early in towards this round. MIBR heavy over towards Monster. The setup is good here. Jam Young for the first one, and to get a little bit more done out of that one, but Turtle off his recovered A1S will trade things back, keep that advantage with MIBR.
This is an important round for MIBR to try and shut down Rare Atom, who reinvested heavily, and their economy has taken quite the hit. But Kaze peeking around towards Monster. He's got the advantage now. No one's really peeking into this. MIBR more concerned with their flank for the time being, and will be hanging around Monster, burning some time off the clock. They've got the utility to go for this execute. Turtle is just waiting for some aggression to come through from Rare Atom, but that's never going to occur as Rare Atom are postured onto this B site and cementing themselves down into it.
Flash set up for his teammate, but it's Kaze the first. On the line, Renison made an attempt with that flash, but Turtle still dies for it. Advent burning. His utility is killer as he's down to just 2 HP. The off from range, still hitting shots. Another through the box for Kaze. Needed a second connection on the players in close, and it doesn't work. But Mosea, you're right. He has a lurk in this one. He has to play in this one. Bomb will be planted. You know, it is her dropping in towards the pit, but this backstab. Is it suspected? Brennison makes the check, but it comes down to this game of timing. Who gets the better of whom? Is Mosea up top, tries to find it, but Brennison astute in holding that line. MIBR scrape by, but another man advantage situation that almost slips away.
Now it's just a matter of timing there. As Mosea, if he had gone just a little bit faster, a little bit sooner, he would have been able to catch off the bomb planter and maybe make some noise. But once you start coming in from the canal angle, that's where you're expected to be charging in on an attempted retake, right?
Yeah.
So at that point, the advantage is gone. If maybe he had gone towards walkway, perhaps something more would have happened, but the decision-making, unfortunately, wasn't there for Rare Atom, and they're going to call a timeout as their economy is in a little bit of trouble. They can invest a little bit more. I think perhaps it's Kaze, I'm not sure, but one player can get some pistols on the ground, maybe some SMGs should they choose to invest more heavily, but it's an important round for them to talk over.
It most certainly is. Valencia's home to the Holy Grail.
Oh,
Curious.
very.
Which one of these teams is finding it? Who's most likely? Take your pick.
I'd say I'm feeling Rare Atom, honestly. I don't know if it's going to be in 2 maps. Like I said in the pregame, I think it could go to 3, but I do feel like Rare Atom.
Oh no, not the series. The Holy Grail.
Oh, the actual Holy Grail?
The actual Holy Grail.
I thought you meant like the Holy Grail, like they're gonna win this.
No.
But
The literal Holy Grail.
that's a good question. I have no idea. I don't even know.
I'm also favoring Rare Atom in this one.
Okay.
If Kaze keeps off like that, maybe he'll find something a little bit more than the round, but in that one, it'll be focused a little bit more on the micro as that op shot does connect. 5 versus 4 now. Jamyang will re-smoke over towards Monster. Just the deagle in hand for him, but in a good supplementary angle with his teammate who is boosted up above. Turtle on the top side, looking forward. Catches a good timing onto Mosea, but unable to convert.
Nade going to get tossed forward here by Mosea, and he's choosing a lot of utility here as Exit finds the opener onto Jamyang. The risk taken by Rare Atom into this round, forcing up, and Kaze onto that op, this time not a glass cannon, and a smoke blooms right as a shot is taken from heaven, but he manages to peek around it and find Cello. Advent gets the second onto Exit as the bomb gets planted, but a 4v2 advantage for Rare Atom. Brennison flicking back and forth, desperately looking for targets, does find one, but is punished immediately afterwards, leaving only Turtle standing from a position that might be unknown. He is in heaven, has a chance to get one, but no, nothing comes through. Mercury realizes what's going on, and Rare Atom find their second.
And that's the second round, not only that they put on the board, but the second one in a similar situation, right? The op is the hero weapon. Everyone else on lesser arms is sure they had a couple more rifles to work with than this one. But that style of play, when they're favoring Kaze on the op, setting him up for these early moments, and then falling back and just kind of playing together, even with the lesser weapons, has been incredibly effective. MIBR again falling to victim, but it now comes down to building momentum for Rare Atom, because thus far, they have not been able to put a streak on the board.
Yeah, and a good job by Rare Atom to take the numbers down before the bomb is even planted, making that retake a lot easier, and good patience in the pit by Advent with the MP9. Cello is going to toss some utility out here as Mercury is looking to respond. He's got that nade thrown. It doesn't do any damage, but it might keep MIBR at bay for a little bit as you see them, all 5 of them, in fact, going into Monster, and it is a bit of a lighter buy, obviously, but actually it's a Force featuring 2 CZs, 2 Tech-9s, and the AK. Is that enough? I mean, they're charging into the B site. Jamyang doesn't think so. He's going to spray down Cello and Turtle, and a smoke blooms right beneath his 3 feet, thrown by himself to guise his position even further.
Mali was attempted to flush up that player barrels, but still, Jamyang lives, and well, Brennison wanted to make an attempt to trade out on towards his fallen teammate. Nothing is doing this. AK still far back in the round. Exit might just make it a priority to keep that in towards the next. His money is crippled. Everything put into winning this one for MIBR, and thus far, no reward. Advent in close. CC effective in these angles, nearly the third, but not quite the timing to bring that spray in towards submission as Exit is now alone, holding close towards Monster. I believe Jam Young made the spot now for sure. It's known, and troops are already closing in on Exit's position. He's waiting for a flash to come on in. Instead, it is just Rare Adam holding deep. They have the bomb under their control. There's only 20 seconds left. This one difficult. Needs to try and isolate one of these players, but even if he finds the first, the AWP will be holding deep. It's just not happening.
Now, Exit going to have to surrender this round to Rare Adam. And he just wants to carry over this armor, the AK, and the flashbang representing $4,000. No reason to throw that one away, as the loss bonus would be less than that. So he's just going to save it and settle for that kit into the next round. The rest of his team, well, we'll see if they decide to force up around it. But Rare Adam, they're starting to show signs of life here on the CT side. Look at this. I mean, just a great spray down by Jam Young, right? And the op continues to support one.
Yeah, the full run and just back and forth spray. Well played out of him, keeping himself mobile, not letting those pistols get the better, and winning on out. MIBR keep the one rifle that they brought out the previous round in towards this one. Again, just a few pistols to support around it. Kaze, forward fight over towards Fountain, but MIBR not testing this space whatsoever. Instead, just holding 4 outside of Monster, a team dink, but Exit finds a kill.
Yeah, luckily that's a Glock, so it doesn't do too much damage, and Turtle does manage to upgrade to the MP9. Man advantage here for MIBR, but they're still shorthanded in terms of hardware compared to Rare Adam. Nade's going to fly through there. Not much utility left here for MIBR, just one nade and one flashbang, and they are going to completely rotate off of this B hit. Rare Adam did not overcommit to B, though. They've still got 2 players waiting to receive on the A site. One of those, the op of Kaze.
Mercury now here as well, in support. Suspicious of the close angle, and right to be so. Mercury on the first down. He's in for a bit of trouble. 3 players ready to swing him. He'll take them all down. 4 picked up for Mercury. He wants the ace in this one as he'll switch to the USP and Yota. Oh, just on the other side. AK is recovered, so a bit better weaponry to work with, and he's suspicious of to this position. Mercury not showing shoulder, and now Yota will walk just a little bit further back and will deny the opportunity on towards that ace. 1 versus 3 now. Bomb straight in front of him. Reload necessary on towards the AK, but 20 seconds. Only one decision to be made here. You have to press forward towards the A site, and with a player back dice and a second tucked in towards long, this crossfire incredibly difficult to break. It takes a mistake in swinging out into the open. It could have been the opportunity. However, Kaze too sharp with it. Takes the final shot, closes out that round for Rare Adam.
Sigh of relief there for Rare Adam, as they lost the first player, but managed to come back into it in no small part thanks to Mercury, who came out here and defended short A valiantly, as he didn't even need the op support of Kaze to find those first 4 frags of the round for the squad. And Rare Adam have recovered after being down 4-1. They've got 3 in a row, and they've tied up this scoreline. Looking at the buy for MIBR, though, I mean, Exit has to settle for the MAC-10 because his economy got a little weird due to that save of the AK, but everyone else has the rifles up and running. Cello settling for the Galil.
Mercury may be looking for another one of these forward plays.
Yeah.
Positioned over towards the connector there. He's been good in some of these early moments.
Yeah, even more so, right? He's pushed up quite a bit more than usual, and now he appears to be falling back a little bit towards short A. A few rounds going to be fired off by MIBR, but no problem for Mercury. He's just going to tuck himself in here and wait for a push to come through. This could be a cheeky angle. I'm not sure if MIBR are necessarily going to expect him to be this close and out in the open.
But I'm not sure if MIBR even wants to push this direction. That bomb is postured back down towards that lower B site, ensuring that Rare Adam did not aggress anyone outside of Monster and towards these close corners. Jam Young flash that up. And Mosaic holding towards the back site. Does seem to be the decision for MIBR to hold back on this space and look to hit in towards B. The pop already out from Monster. Well-timed nade for a little bit of damage, but nothing too much. Again, there's a player in towards the barrels who needs to be flushed out. MIBR has struggled against this position. With Jamyung in the backline spraying away, it could be good. Advent still yet to activate. He could be the linchpin in this round as he holds the deep position underwater. 20 seconds. MIBR need to expedite soon because these smokes are soon to fade. And Kaze up top starts with the box, finds a connection, exit just a Mac 10. Sprays good onto one, but the damage was done, and Kaze was holding the entire time. 3 for the Opper.
Oh, Kaze stepping up to the plate with the op, nailing the shot through the box into the skull of his opponent. And wow, well played for the Opper there as he takes care of business. I think he saw just barely right and realized that that would be the lineup that should work.
This guy's quick.
It was unreal work from Heaven as Rare Atom take their first lead on Overpass here. And they are going to run back into this with an AK, 2 A1Ss, the AWP, and the A4 up against MIBR's pistols only. It's a half buy coming through for them with some players having armor. Jamyung gets overloaded. This is a chance for a bomb plant at the very least, as MIBR have already gone onto this site. Advent trying to prevent that from happening, but he's down to 21 HP,